welcome in. Let me know if this music is a little loud. I think I had it turned up for the game the other day. I turned it down a little bit, but let me know if that's too low now or if it's still a bit on the loud side because I know the game is different than streaming music from like YouTube. Um, but hello and welcome in. This was the house we built last time, and that day, well, later that day, my little add-on of Halloween things came in, so I figured it doesn't matter that it's past Halloween. We can still decorate the house. There's some stuff. This is the little paper that came inside to kind of give you ideas. But let's see all what's inside. Oh, and let me do a shout out for Steel. Shout out. I know you don't need to put the @ symbol, but then I don't have to type the whole thing out. Then I can go back and get rid of the @ symbol. Let's see if I did it right. Woohoo, I did. Um, anyway, I feel a little scatterbrained. I know I do it because I'm always afraid I'm going to type in the person's name wrong, so it's easier if I put the @ symbol and then it brings it up. I can always erase it later or just leave it. But yes, this is the little baggie of add-on Halloween stuff that came. So I figured we could dump it out and look at it before I start today's build. So we have a treasure chest. I gotta find the top for it. Oh, here it is. So we have like a little Halloween treasure chest. You can put stuff in. There's pumpkins. We could put like a pumpkin on top of the treasure chest. There's a helmet, so I assume maybe there's a maybe there's a person somewhere. This show, oh, there's a witch hat. There's witch hats. And a kitty cat. And it looks like we can make a tree. Like this. Or like this, rather. Okay, and then another piece here. Okay, well it didn't like that way. Maybe this way. But you can do, oh, I guess you could do 2 trees because there's 2 different pieces. I think it would be better to just do 1 tree though. Like this. Oh no, I put down the wrong piece. What does it look like? It looks... yeah, it looks like the way I had it. I'll figure this out yet. But then we have like a little basket. You can put all different kinds of stuff in. A knight's helmet. I don't know if I can get it to... and I got the lights on because it was a little dim. Let me... come on. There we go. Maybe it'll focus better now. Oh, it doesn't want to focus. But that's a... knight's helmet. Here's another knight's helmet. Oh, look, here's a little skelly head. Oh, and a skelly body. Now we need skelly legs. And skelly arms. And we have lots of bones. Like dog bone type stuff. I know, I'm loving all this stuff. Let's change the way that arm is sitting. So it's like that. So then you got like little bubbles, like you could do a cauldron. And here's a bat. So we'll put a bat on our house. Kind of the same way the snail is there. Ooh. I don't know if I have a night ball or not. Let's do pokey catch night ball. Yes, you don't own that ball. That's what I figured. Pokey catch. We'll just do a regular one. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of different, like, there's a couple different samplings of things you could do on the paper. But it shows, like, you can put, like, a railing, which on this house doesn't really work. But you could, in theory, put these down like a railing. And this is like different kind of plants, like spooky plants. And there's some cookies, and there's just all kinds of things. I think these might... These pieces glow in the dark. Steel, you caught it. We're sorry. But we can put a witch's hat on our little skelly man. And then have him chilling out. There's little pies, and there's just a ton of stuff in here you could do. It shows this should have, oh, right here, like a little window door thing. There's two of them. There's one, there's the other. We'll give them a kitty. And we'll put a pumpkin out. And this can go in the little boy's room, the chest. We can put all kinds of bones and stuff in it. Oh, look, there's a spider. We'll put a spider on their house. And a big old spider web. Okay, I gotta put that on a different way. Maybe. I always gotta remember how the spider webs work. Ooh, another bat. Look, it's a white carrot. An albino carrot. I guess we need to put carrots in there. And I think this carrot glows in the dark. You got a present in your Pokédaily? Cool. I hate that you can only give your present to one person. And that it randomly picks who. That's annoying. I wish you could either pick or that it would like give it to everybody in the chat. Another spider. I guess I could put all these kids' toys in his room. In the little... Hi, Kaz! Oh. I saw Kaz and it made me remember to start my things. Shout out at... Yeah, I bought this house specifically so that I could use these little add-on packs because I kept getting them and then not knowing what to do with them. So I figured this would be like a perfect compromise. I could, you know, decorate the things for the holidays. But yeah, so I was like, this'll work. Even if not perfectly, it will work. Somehow. But this house you can snap together so that you can always see the outside, which was kind of what... Oh, I forgot to put that piece inside. Was kind of what my plan was. To leave it kind of closed so that you could see the add-on pieces outside. Come on, clip in. Oh, it's because I got all these kids' toys spewing out of his room. How fitting, because much like real life, my kids' stuff is always spilling out everywhere. But yeah, I figured they have all these cool like little bones and stuff like that, and I like the little add-on packs, but I never know what to do with them. So I was like, this will work somehow. You can put like... See, I keep thinking it needs like another branch. I guess we could do it. Nope, that doesn't really work. But yes, I figured this would be kind of cool. You could do different things. And it had 2 different versions of the house you could build. I just chose to build this one. Thanks for the alert, Kaz. I hope you have a good day at work. But I love all the different like little options that they have. Just tons of things. Like, all different kinds of stuff. But, so yes, that was kind of my plan, and as you can see, it's a poorly executed one. But a plan nonetheless. Let's put a leaf on that pumpkin, and then a carrot coming out of it. It's a carrot pumpkin. And we can have a pie on the mailbox. And then we have another pumpkin we can set in the backyard. No problem. You do what you gotta do. I am appreciative of anything. Come on. Where did I put my basket? Oh, I put it back inside. I'm gonna throw all these like little candy or cookie pieces in here, like a trick-or-treat basket. Ah, get in there. And then we'll throw these apples in there too. Did you guys see the guy? I mean, there's, I guess more people are doing it now, but it had originally started with like one guy and his wife, and they would put in the trick-or-treat a basket, you know, bucket that the kids could pick from. They would put a potato, right? And they would tell the kids, you can take 2. You can take 2 pieces of candy, you can take 2 potatoes, you can take a potato and a piece of candy. Whatever you want. And more kids were super excited about the potato than they were about the candy in the basket. Like, they'd grab it and they'd turn around to their parents and they'd be like, I got a potato! And they'd be super excited. They gave away something like 50 pounds of potatoes, which is crazy if you ask me, but cool at the same time. So I figured I would dump this out and show everybody what came in it, and try to decorate this house a little bit. Isn't it cool? Like I said, more people are doing it now. I've seen like several different videos of different people doing it, and I was so tempted. If we had more kids that trick or treated at our house, I would totally put potatoes out and be like, "Do you want a potato?" This one kid got a potato, no joke. It was like ginormous. I was like, "That is the largest potato I have ever seen. What are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna be at home and your mom's gonna be going through your basket, and there's just gonna be a giant potato sitting in there." Like, do you let your mom take the potato and make something with it, or are you like, "No, that's my potato"? So I don't know if my camera got moved or what. I think it got pushed up a little bit. But this is, I added some bats and spiders to the roof and some little pumpkin-y things and a little skelly man. I keep losing my mail because that mailbox isn't really as deep as I think it should be. And then I added some things to the back. But I thought that would be fun to show you guys what really comes in those baskets. And apparently my roof is not on. There we go. And look through it and decorate a little bit. But this is the set we're doing today. It's the insect collection. I kept saying that was a monarch butterfly, and my kids informed me I was wrong. So it's some kind of beetle, a praying mantis, and some kind of butterfly. I thought monarch butterflies could be like different colors, but the children informed me that I was wrong. They were like, "No, Mom, that's not how that works." Okay. So let's get our bags organized too. Okay. What we'll do is jump. And of course, when I ordered it, I didn't bother looking at the information or about the set part. I was just like, "Yay! Bugs!" And I actually think I voted for this one when it was on the ideas page. And if you don't know that, there's a website called Lego Ideas. You can go and sign in with the same like username and password that you use on the Lego website, like if you order Legos, and you can vote for different sets that people have submitted. So there's 4 books. There's one for each insect, and then there's this one, which I'm guessing is about the team and what kind of bugs it is. Okay. Yeah, all different kinds of stuff. So about the guy who came up with the set. Oh, it's a blue morpho butterfly. And then a Hercules beetle and a Chinese mantis. Yeah, you can order kits in the mail that have them when they're like tiny little, caterpillars, and you grow them essentially, for lack of a better way to put it. And then, what is it? Fast ball. And you can raise, however you want to put it, your own monarch butterflies. I have thought about doing it in the past, but never did it. Okay, so that's what this book is. It's about the guy who created the set and the 3 bugs. Okay, let's see. 1, 3, 4, 7. That's not right. 6, 5, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's 7 bags in this set. It's oh, I just forgot to tell you how many pieces it was. Give me 1 second. I want to say it's like, yeah, 1,111 pieces. And then of course you have 1 book per bug. Do you have ooh, I called it. What I get? A tentacruel. So which one should we? Well, I guess I don't know which one. I guess. Okay, you have to start. Well, I guess you don't have to, but bags 1 and 2 is the butterfly. 3, 4, 5 is the beetle, and then 6 and 7 must be the mantis. You want to start with the butterfly? Cool beans. I was gonna ask you if you had a preference, because you know they're pretty easy to sort through the bags. It's not like you're having to start 1 bug halfway through bag 4 or something like that. So that was going to be my question. If you'd like to pick which one you do. So next week, well, Sunday is obviously, you know, video game Hogwarts day. But next week, I'm going to work on these. So I already have 1 built, but as you can see on the back here, if you build 3 of them, you can connect them together, and then there's this wreath on the bottom. And so next week, I'm going to work on these and making it, so I have to make 2 more sets, and then take the one I already have built and put them all together so we can have that wreath for the fall into Christmas. Honestly, it'll probably sit there forever. It will probably never leave the table. But, you know, with Thanksgiving coming up, I definitely want to have it built to display. We're playing a little game of who's going to host Thanksgiving. My husband's youngest brother and wife usually host. But we have not lived here in 15 years, so we would just blow into town for a week, have Thanksgiving, and go home. Or if we lived too far to come home, I would just host. But I would do Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, every holiday you could think of. Because we were military, you know, so you move around a lot and you basically always host. But what we're coming into now is a lot of times I don't mind that they host, but they don't know how to make a plan. We all go camping every summer. We can't book our spots in January for June. And come June, she always acts like she's caught off guard. And this is like with everything. So I was like, I can't live like that. I need a plan. You know, I need to, we're on a budget. Everybody's on a budget and everything costs so much. So, you know, I space out what items I buy, you know, with different paychecks. And so I was like, I need a plan. And my husband's all about it. He's like, sure. And now they're like, yeah, sure, we'll host. But to get an answer about anything takes like 4 days. And I was like, I can't keep doing this. It's going to drive me batty. Like, just make a plan. Make a Google spreadsheet and share it. You know? Say, I'm making this and this. What do you guys want to bring? And then we can all go from there. But it's not. And I'm kind of impatient. I like to have a plan and go forward. Ads are going to start in roughly 30 seconds if you have ads. But so I'm a little frustrated. I would rather just say I'm going to host and then they can come or not come. And like I said, I don't care that she wants to host, but I do need a plan. I'm a planny person. Like they think it's really weird that I have a whiteboard and I write down, and I have a planner and I write down everything, and they're like, I couldn't live with by a schedule like that. Your kids' activities are still happening whether you write them down or not. You know, like, you have 4 kids. Things are still happening whether you write them down or not. And this way, I don't accidentally schedule an archery tournament for this kid and then something else for that kid. I need my schedule, or else I'll wind up double booking us. But yes, it's very exciting to host. Is this the first year that you're hosting? Or have you hosted in the past still? Ooh, super exciting. Are you gonna cook everything, or just the main stuff and then have other people chip in? Ah. I think part of the reason my mother-in-law doesn't host is because this way she can leave when she wants to. Hi, Devonverse. But yeah, I think part of the reason my mother-in-law doesn't host things is this way she can leave whenever she wants. She'd be like, okay, bye. Which is kind of ingenious. And some of the reason I don't mind that they host, because then I can just leave. Yes, I hope everyone had a good Halloween. We tried to trick or treat a little bit around our house. We kind of live just our house is weird. We live kind of in the city, not like a big city, but like a smaller, I don't know, town, city, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, it's kind of big, but at the same time kind of not. We live you pass all the main things and then you're quickly in the middle of nowhere. And so that's kind of our house. And the street, like the houses facing each other, the kids did that, and there were only like 2 houses. And then the street in front of us faces a very busy road with no sidewalk. So I was like, they're not trick-or-treating there. So we tried to go back like a block and into some other residentials, but there were only like 5 houses. So we wound up getting in the car and just taking them to base and trick-or-treated, kind of like down around. They didn't trick-or-treat there very long because their times were, I didn't know what times there were. Their trick-or-treating was when I went. So we kind of were near the end of it, but they didn't care. They still got a ton of candy. And they got to see some friends that they go to school with and things like that. So they were happy. But my daughter will be taking part in an archery tournament, not this weekend, but next weekend. It'll be her first one. Hello, Fantasy Beads. are in here. So she just recently, like a couple weekends ago, got her own bow. So she's no longer using the school's bow. She got her own. But we were at the store kind of late. So the people who could like cut her arrows to size for her like, how far she can pull back and stuff like that, um we're already gone for the day. So this weekend we'll probably she doesn't need her own arrows for this upcoming tournament, but they need to be cut anyway. So we'll probably go somewhere and have them trimmed up this weekend. So that way if she wants to use her own arrow, she can. Oh, I put that on there wrong. There we go. This is like the base where the butterfly will sit on top of. And I didn't stream yesterday. I was intending to stream yesterday. I had got my thing all changed up, and I know I started about a half an hour before I normally do, but I think this is going to have to be my new start time during the week because I now have to go get said tiny turdlet. Why does that not look right? From the he got the clearance to go back to like regular stuff, no special elevator and stuff like that. So I'm now having to sit in the drive up lane to get him from school. So I will have to leave the house at 3 to get in the pickup lane. So I had to start like a half an hour earlier. And we'll see how that goes. So this is, I saw the sloth hood, Devin, and I will do it in just a second. This is where we are so far. So like I said, it'll build up and then the butterfly will be on top of it. So I didn't stream yesterday because I called to get an appointment and they never have like same day appointments. So I called figuring I'd get one for in a week or two, and that turned out not to be the case. They actually had a cancellation. So I could be seen yesterday, and I was like, I have something. Can you tell me when the next appointment is? And it was after Thanksgiving. And I was like, okay, never mind. I will take today's appointment and reschedule. So let me move that away. Okay, book talk. I have to think about the book I'm reading and then try to explain it. Oh, okay. I can do it later if you want. Just remind me that you redeemed it now. And I'll figure out how to return them because Mr. Harold did it somehow. He returned points that somebody redeemed. But I can do it now or I can do it later or not at all. It's okay. But so I went to my appointment yesterday and I usually hold off on going because I hate going. I have chronic pain from a car accident. And they're never very accommodating. I'm pretty sure I finished that book and started one or two others. What's oh, that's a weird looking thing. I don't know if I have any of those balls. We'll try magnet. Pokey catch. Oop, helps if I spell right. Magnet ball. Nope, didn't have that one. Okay, just regular pokey catch then. that's fun. But yes, I went because I need my meds renewed, and they're, you know, usually not very accommodating, and I hate explaining. Like, to people I don't mind, but to doctors I hate explaining, you know, what it is, because I feel like they never believe me. But yesterday's appointment was actually productive, which is like the first productive doctor's appointment I've had in like 3 years. So I was super happy. Thank you, Devin. I'm glad that you like my content. I'm never sure if my babbling is what anybody wants to hear. It looks like we're starting to work now on the stand that's gonna... Did anybody catch it? Don't own it, Devin. Nope, no one caught it. I just babble from one subject to the next. Let me turn this down. I don't know why the music sounds extra loud to me today. And I don't know if it's just my side or if it's that way for you guys too. So it was productive, and I got my handicap placard that I've been trying to get for a while, and I think some of the reason it was so hard to get is that we've lived other places than our home state. So I think that's some of the reason it was harder to get. But I finally got one yesterday, and now I'm good. So let's see. Babble. Sorry, I get lost in the chat sometimes. Catch the starter Pokemon that appear. Listen, I try for everything, and then I weed out. Because if you get doubles, you can wonder trade them for something else, which you can only do like every 3 hours or something. It's a little frustrating if you have a bunch of them, but I'm glad the music's fine on your end. Maybe it's just me then, or it probably is just me. But yes, so my doctor's appointment yesterday was productive, and I immediately went to the DMV. So now, when I stand, I won't have to just stand in between two cars trying to wiggle my brace on to go into the store. Okay, make sure I'm looking at this correctly. There's only a couple pieces left in there. That's a different emote. Oh, so I was during your stream last night, Steel. I was wandering around the OBS website, just kind of looking at the different things you can make on there, and I found book emotes. So I fiddled with them last night a little bit, but not enough to like add them to my page. But I'm gonna work on them some more, and I will hopefully have some of them up for the Sunday stream. But they were like book of, and then it had like a smiley face. Book of, and then it had 2 hearts, and then stuff like that. Yeah. So I use, or maybe it's, no, sorry, not OBS. I have Streamlabs. Well, I guess that is OBS. I have the Streamlabs OBS. I think that's what it's called. But anyway, on my dashboard, like the thing you use to have 5 guests in my stream on Tuesday. I've never been on anybody else's chat. Sure. You'll have to explain to me how to do it, because I have no clue. But I will happily stumble in on your stream on Tuesday. What do you plan on doing, Devin? That doesn't look right. There's a space there. Is it supposed to be like that? Oh, it is. That's so weird. So I don't know if I can get... Do you do Legos? Okay, I can totally jump in. I don't know if I can get it to focus. But you see, there's a space in between there that Legos don't touch. We'll see how that plays out later. Because I worry, well, it's not that much, but it does have a slight lean to it when you press. So I don't, you can whisper to me here on Twitch, or I am on Discord. I just don't have my own channel. And we talked about that the other day. I just don't have my own channel. Or server, whatever you want to call it. But I am on there. So you can message me on there or on here, and we can work details out about times and things like that. Yeah, it was a little funny yesterday talking to the doctor. I was like, I didn't bring the form with me that I know you need to take to the DMV or anything like that. Because first I wanted to see if the doctor thought it was all possible that I could qualify. You know, because each state is different and doctors are different, you know, what they think. And she's like, well, let's go over the form. And she's like, it wants to know, you know, of course they have like a list of like 10 different reasons you could possibly need a handicap placard, either temporarily or permanently. And the first one is like, can you walk 100 feet without stopping? Straight, probably, but up a hill, definitely no. And then it was like, do you require a mobility device, whether that be a cane, a walker, you know, something like that? I went to the fast food doctor and they were very slow patients. And I was like, well, I have this massive brace that was given to me and I'm told to wear it everywhere I have to walk. And sometimes I even have to wear it in the house because my ankle's that messed up some days. And they're like, okay, yes, you qualify. And I was like, well, that was slightly easier than I thought it was going to be personally. Because I have. And then, of course, referral back to an orthopedist who will look at my leg and tell me there's nothing he can do for me. Because there really isn't. I've done more PT in my life than I think anyone. And I probably take more x-rays because they always do that. Redeem eat sugar. Okay. Let me make sure I did all the steps on this one. And put it on. And then I will do eat sugar. Oh, okay. So that space looks like it won't be a problem now because this is going to help keep those in place and not, you know, push down. So that'll work. Okay. Have fun studying. Oh, so I went to Target on Wednesday because I had some groceries I needed to get. But all the Halloween stuff was marked 90% off. So I got this bag for like $1. It's, I don't even know how many packs are in here. About 24 bags of the mini Haribos, but I figured they'd work perfect for streams because it's like a preset amount in the little bag. And then I don't have to worry about making sure the bag is closed so they don't go stale. And look how tiny the little gummy bears. These are like the only gummy bears I will eat. I love Haribo gummy bears. Has anybody seen the gummy bear videos? Or video? Let me finish chewing and I'll tell you about it. Maybe 5 in my mouth at once was too much. So this video is old. Like, I have no clue how old, but you can probably look it up on YouTube. It's this gummy bear running through the field, right? And he's like, "I'm so happy because I'm a gummy bear, gummy bear." Ah! His foot gets stuck in a bear trap, and he's like, "Oh no!" And he's like looking around and looking around, and he's like, "There's only one way out of this." So he leans down and eats his leg, like eats through his leg, so he can be released from the bear trap. And he's like, "Wow, I taste delicious," and then like goes to hop away and lands in another bear trap. And I know that's kind of perverse, and I don't know why I like it so much, but I laugh so hard every time I see it. Okay, make sure I got this thing facing the right direction. Okay. Now, some more bigger pieces. This, I think. Yep. Has anybody started Christmas shopping? I have started, but I have not finished. Sure, put these on there. I've picked up some stocking stuffers, and then I have gotten 2 gifts for my daughter so far, and 1 for my hubby. And then I've gotten my hubby and my 2 minions advent calendars, but I can't decide what advent calendar I want. I normally get the Harry Potter one, the Lego Harry Potter one, but I don't know if I want that one this year or something different. Has anybody else got advent calendars yet? If so, or if you do get advent calendars, do you have a certain type that you like, or a certain one that you get like every year? There are so many different ones. In the past, we've gotten like 12 days of socks with different characters. Like my son's was Minecraft, and my hubby's was Marvel, and my daughter got cat socks, and then I had gotten, of course, Harry Potter socks. But I've seen so many different ones. My son this year wanted the Pokemon one, where you get like Pokemon cards in it. So we got that one for him, and my daughter got a D&D one, of course, because she's obsessed with D&D. And my husband wanted a Hot Wheels one, so he got a Hot Wheels one. I got the wrong angled part there. But I don't know which one I want. I've seen some that are, I don't want to say they're Lego because they're not Lego brand, but they are Lego-esque. They are definitely building blocks like Lego, but obviously not Lego. And so you open one for each day and make a small build, but then you days through like, oh, I don't own that ball. I thought I had netballs. Oh, back to regular Pokeballs. Catch. So you build one every day for the 24 days, but then like days 1 through 6 you can combine into like a bigger build, and then 7 through 12 so on and so on. And then even from that, you can combine like days 1 through 12 into an even bigger build, 13 through the 24 into another build. And then at the end, you can combine them all into a huge build. So I thought that would be fun. You know, build them and then change them and then build and change, build and change. So I was thinking about getting one of those. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you do advent calendars? Are they not your thing? All that kind of stuff. I love to know what other people do or get, how their holiday traditions. We do the advent calendars and matching pajamas. Swaddle escaped. Rigged. Put an angle. This red thing in there. Okay, now we want this. It is rigged. It is rigged. So then that clips on that side like that. And now, obviously, we're going to build that last side. My neighbor's chickens are going crazy. My daughter's going to make tacos tonight. So I always joke that I'm the mean mom because I make them do things like, and probably like based on how some people raise their kids, and I'm not like disparaging. You can raise your kid however you feel like, as long as you're not abusing them. Raise your kid however you want. But seeing some of the airmen my husband have had, I was determined not to make them those people. Like, he had one kid who didn't even know how to tie his shoes, another who didn't know how to do laundry, another who didn't know how to sign his own name. Like on a check, he couldn't sign his name in cursive. We asked him what he did at MEPS, and he said, I just put my finger on the screen. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to release children like that into the wild. So I make them, do things. So like, they make their own lunch if they take it. They, when they were 10 years old, they had to start doing their own laundry. Yeah. So if you want to stay up later, because you're a big kid now, you have to do your own laundry. And so they would be responsible for getting their laundry from their rooms to the wash machine and in the wash machine. And then I would add the soap and whatnot, and then they would be responsible from getting it from the wash machine to the dryer and then in their rooms and put away properly. And then they got to stay up till 8:30. And then when they turned 13, respectively, obviously, because they're not exactly the same age, if they wanted to stay up till 9 o'clock, they had to cook one meal a week. So they have to decide what, like when I make the grocery list, they need to decide which 2 meals that pay period, because I shop for like every 2 weeks. They need to decide what 2 meals they're making and all the ingredients they need, and they need to make sure those things get on the list. And then I buy them, and they're responsible the day they choose their day. So my daughter always cooks on Friday, and my son cooks on Wednesdays. And if we're out somewhere, we do something, then it changes. But those are the days they picked. I asked them. I didn't just tell them. They got to pick what day. But then that day, they're responsible for, if the meat is frozen, making sure it gets out of the freezer and that it can thaw while they're at school. And then I help them, I supervise. It's not like I just go, okay, it's your turn, and walk out the kitchen. I do help them. I supervise them. And if they need help or instructions, or I make sure they follow the recipe. But I'm the mean mom because I make them do things. But it has helped them already, and they're not even out of the house. So today she's making tacos. Hey, Crazy, let me give you a shout it out. S-O space at Crazy, so I don't have to type. Backspace enter. There we go. I did add, I will show you when I finish this bag. We played with the Halloween add-on bag earlier. We added a little bit of stuff to the house we built last time. There were a lot more things in there than I thought. So that's kind of cool. Next time I'll have to be more prepared. Oh, see, I didn't pay attention to which way I was holding the thing. I'm putting the wrong things in the wrong places. Let's try that again. Okay. One in, that, this, and two on the end. Okay. At least I didn't get too far along before I realized I did something wrong. I have gotten several steps and had to go back and like take whole levels off as I realized, oops. I did not do something, or I did something wrong. So at least this time I noticed it early. To this. Okay. There we go. There's some more of the stand there that'll hold the butterfly. Now we need this, and this plant looking thing. Okay. Oh, it's like it's gonna have it as like the center of the flower, the little stuff coming out of the center of the flower. Okay, so like this. Make sure oh, okay. I see now on this little peg we did down here earlier. And then this on the little red thing that was sticking out. And we get it looking like that. What do they call in the flower? The piston? Where the pollen would sit? Okay, these are our extra pieces. So let me gather them up and put them in my extra piece bucket. But I will show you the little bit we added. Why is this roof not staying on? We added a little basket with some cookie looking things and some apples for our trick-or-treaters. We added a little tree, a pumpkin, a kitty cat, and then we added like spiders and bats to the house. And then on this side we have a carrot, of course. We need a carrot. We have carrots. I think these carrots glow in the dark. Have fun, Fantasy. Behave. Do your work. A pumpkin, and then we added a skelly man with a wizard hat and like a little bubble toilet trouble. And we have a pie for our mailman. But there were still like a ton more pieces. Next time I'll be more prepared. But I didn't I don't know what I thought, but I didn't think there'd be, I guess, that many pieces inside. That'd just be a little bit. This is bag 2. Make sure there's no pieces in there. Ooh, I just got stuck. Oh, I threw it down there. I'm going to tell you what kind of butterfly they said this was. it was a blue morpho. Some of it's in like Spanish and stuff. So yeah, a blue morpho butterfly. Look, we have little wings. Look at the little wings. What I should do is just dump them both into one of these. So I can see a little bit better. Oop, I see a bee body. And these were, the set has 1,111 pieces. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's been 15 minutes and it keeps slipping down and I can't see. Okay, we need this piece and this piece. So now, these next couple steps are working on some more like leafy accents. I guess we're going straight through. I don't know. It didn't really show. So let's hope I didn't push it in too far, because sometimes they're a real pain to get back out. Oh, it does. Those, and I need a slanted one in the opposite direction. Oh, there you are. Okay. Let's see, what's this? With the slanted in. And then they want that. Nope. Well. Straighten out these. So the way they show them, they're like, build this piece and it goes here, except it clearly doesn't. Like they got them reversed. And now I keep worrying that I've got it wrong, but no. Two and two leaves. Okay, one leaf goes on top of this, then the other leaf is angled. Okay, and that's gonna go on this piece, on that prong. Yeah, only wrong about being wrong. Okay, so now we still want this kind of facing this way. I think that right there is correct. Oh, what'd we get? Oh, look at him. A Poniard? I totally probably screwed that name up, but let's try just Pokecatch, because I don't know what Pokeballs I have. So, that's the leaves we just added to the base there. Now we're building some kind of flower. I was gonna say that flower is pink. I don't think that's the right one. Okay. I thought those pieces would be in there. Oh, they are, but they look like reddish in the book, but they're really more this pink color. I think that's my biggest issue sometimes, is how off the color is in a step. They show it as one color, but then when you go looking for the blocks, you realize they're not really anywhere near that color. Congrats, Crazy! You caught it! Okay. Now, talon-like things. And then 2, 3, 4 of these. So they want us to put these like this, and then this in here, and then hang them from these. Can do. Okay, I guess that's in too far. Okay, 4 more of these, and magenta-ish petals. Ah, they must mean these petals. Okay. Side to side. Here. Okay. Then out like this, and in between the other petals. My guess is that we eventually turn this, what it would be currently, upside down to the position, so that we don't see this kind of underside-ish things. Okay, 4 leaves. And these things. 3, 4. Okay, we want to put the leaf like this, and then like this, and then clip it. I did that right, even though my brain's telling me it's wrong. Okay, and then we turn it this way. And put it on. Nope, okay, not this way. There we go. Okay, Crazy, have a good meeting. That's how that flower went on there. You can kind of, well, it wants the petals more up, like this. There we go. Okay, now it's on there. that's kind of cool. I wonder what kind of flower that is. There's no, like, little informational tidbits on the side like there is sometimes. Okay, piston. Okay, and then this is gonna go inside that flower. Moved a little. Oop, I'm always bad at which direction I'm going. So that was pretty cool. Oh, now we're gonna build a bee. So we need this and this. Need those wings I showed you guys earlier. So it wants this like this, then this, then this piece on top. Oh, and then our bee body. Oh, I guess I put that on upside down. It wanted the big wings like that. No, it don't want to cooperate. There we go. There we go. That makes more sense now. Bee butts. Oh, then a handle that they've repurposed to be like antennae. And a clear angle and this piece. So the clear angled on the end. And then this clipped to there. So if I can get it to focus. There we go. That's how that bee turned out. And then you stick it right there. So it's like hovering over the flower or next to the flower. Now we work on the butterfly. Nope, wrong angle. This way. And then there are two different color groups. I'm gonna guess they mean this one. Oh look, this one's a heart-shaped. That's pretty cool. I've never seen a heart-shaped block before. I'm gonna stick that on there. And then connect the heart piece. Make sure there's not like similar in this bucket. Okay. Then they want, well, that just went flying. There. Okay. Then they want this. Like this. Just FYI, you're probably going to want to have it setting down for this piece. Oh, dang it. There are two different colors. Okay. Let me reference the box. Okay, no. These are the lighter pieces right now. Okay. that piece. Now this with another heart piece. And that. Now. Normally it's not really that bad, the color, like when it's slightly off, you can figure it out. But these blues are really close in shade, so it's annoying that it's so hard to tell, or harder to tell, I should say, with the book, which ones you're supposed to be using. Okay, so I need that one. This and this. Okay. This is gonna go there. And this is gonna go here. And then this will go there. And that piece is kind of gonna hold that all together. So that's what this part of the butterfly wing looks like so far. Now, this piece. Okay. Let's try to split this out. Looks like one dark, two of this color, a black half bubble, one of these, and one of these half bubbles. So, let's start their half black right there. Then these two here to make their own kind of half bubble. Then the full half bubble. And then this. Okay. Now these look slightly darker, so I'm gonna guess it's these. This. Not that. And there's one of these. And one of those. Okay. So, move on to this. A corner, a little more corner, a little more corner, and straight out. Then a 5. A scrope. A netball or a cipher ball. I might have a cipher ball. Okay, let's do Pokey Catch Cipher Ball. See if I have it. I don't. Okay, just Pokey Catch then. Okay. I'm gonna get through all this and they're gonna be like, haha, make 2. Okay, now we need an eyeball, 3 speckled curves, a big blue curve, and a blue border piece. obviously the rounded piece. Then this to finish out the bubble. Then these, the eyeball, and the rounded piece. Okay, now they want us to flip it over, and you put these on to help make sure things stay attached. Then this. Oh, rigged. Okay, now we want to flip it back like this. And we want two of these darker pieces. One at the end there, and one there. Okay, this piece and this piece. Let's do this first. So make sure I put them at the right spot. Okay, now they want us to flip this over again, and this one over, and attach these. Let's make sure we're doing this right. Wants us to attach it like this, I believe. Yes, that seems right. And then use this piece here to help attach so it stays. Okay, now set that down, and we need one of these and this thing. Okay. There's only a few big pieces. So we'll set those off to the side, but then we'll only do this with what's left. Because there's not a ton left. So we want to do this, and this, and then... Hello, Kevin! How are you today? We are currently building a blue Morpho butterfly. Well, it's good that you're relaxed. It's a Friday. Stick that on there. And then again, I guess to look like antlers, or not antlers, antennae. How they kind of look like antennae. If I can get the thing to focus. And now we're going to do that. And attach. So we have like half a butterfly. I'm doing good. I had a productive doctor's appointment, which is good because I normally hate going to the doctor because they just kind of brush it off. But yesterday's was actually a productive one, which I am very grateful for. I'm loving these cart blocks here. I've never seen them before. If you do build this, you're, gonna want to be doing it on a flat surface. Otherwise, you're going to be flicking pieces off left and right. This one goes here. And you in that corner. And you there. This. Make sure these are all black and not... Nope, you're a dot one. I don't need you. There we go. We're gonna visit with some relatives that we don't see very often tomorrow, so that's fun. Make sure I turn this correctly. On the real farm or the sim farm? I assume on the real farm. Oh, on the sim? That's cool too. So you're a real farmer, you know, like you farm as a job, as like an actual occupation. How accurate is the sim game to like a real tractor or a real piece of farm equipment? Ads are going to start in about 20 seconds if you have ads. Well, yeah, it is getting chilly with the snow on the ground, so I don't imagine you've got much real life farming that would be scaled back at this time of year. But yeah, like, how does the simulator game compare to like actual farming? Do you find it pretty accurate, or not really, or kind of like a little in the middle? Hi, Danny. How are you today? Put it on the wrong end. Let's do S. Yeah, if you had livestock, you'd still, because that's like year round, it never stops. Yeah, because Crazy plays the sim all the time, but I've always wondered like how accurate to like real life farming it is. How are you doing today, Danny? Thanks for popping in. We are building a blue morpho butterfly. Just hanging out. That's good. Is everybody having a good Friday? Anybody have any exciting plans for the weekend? Oop. Click. Okay, I guess it did click and I didn't realize it. Okay. Then I'm guessing like this. So that is the butterfly. That turned out pretty cool. All the different shades of blue, how it like goes from light to dark, and the little dots. Then we have flowers and a bee. So there's two more in this set. There's a praying mantis and a beetle. Do we have a preference for who we build next? Or which one we build next? Bag-wise, like the way they've laid it out, the beetle is next, but it's not like you have to stop in the middle of a bag and start the next one. So we can do either if you prefer seeing one more than the other. Extolling the accuracies and lack, therefore, of farming simulator will take a lot more explanation than I am willing to type in chat. Suffice to say that it is surprising how accurate Farm Sim gets, but there are a lot of programmers just can't get to it. Right, because I know you can make your own mods and change things, you know, within the game compared to what the game started as, you know, like when released. But that's cool that it is, you know, you can only be so accurate, you know, in a simulator. But that's cool that you can that it is pretty accurate. Because I know sometimes like you watch a show or you play a game and you're like, that's not how that works at all. So it's good that that it is pretty accurate. Oh, I always wanna. Did I do? What's next? Create a sub or track process. Okay. Open a setup menu to create. I never know how to do these things. I imagine that's the biggest inaccuracy. Or how they just kind of. Oh, there we go. Because it seems like they let the oh, what's the word I'm looking for? The loans. Like when you do a loan, sometimes I think that it is like that they allow you to go so long without paying it or whatever. I know Nicholas gets frustrated with like the AI cars. They just cut you off or drive like straight in front of you like they didn't see you. Like too much rain or not enough rain or like a tornado or a hurricane. Yeah, those aren't really built into the game either. Woo. This week has been a busy week. Yeah, like your whole crop gets infested by a bug and then you lose the crop or it's a drought or yeah, those things don't really don't seem to be in the game. But could you imagine if they were? Okay. It doesn't look like anybody voted, so we'll just go on to the next bag, and that will be the start of the beetle. Oh, did I leave that other book out? I thought I put it somewhere, so I could tell you what this beetle. Oh, there it is. If there were, be like, no, I deal with this in real life. I don't need to deal with it in game too. It would definitely bring like a different aspect to the game. So this next one is a Hercules beetle. The beetle with that huge like over thingy. games, stuff like that is hard. You want it to be accurate to the point where you're not like so frustrated with its inaccuracies that you don't want to play, but you don't want it so accurate that it's like real life. You're like, no, I deal with this every day on the farm. I don't need to deal with it here too. So it's like I imagine designing the game like that. It becomes like a delicate balance. I can't watch certain shows with crazy, like first responder or cop shows, because it's like that's not how they do that. Listen, I know it isn't, but just leave it alone. It's a TV show. Don't acknowledge that he just ran into that fire without any protective gear and saved the person and came out totally unscathed. Just minor smoke inhalation. Like, I know it's not accurate, but I'm not looking for accuracy. Like, I don't want it to be so inaccurate that you're like, I know nothing about this, and even I know that's wrong. But at the same time, I don't need it to be super accurate, perfect either. Building the little platform that the beetle will rest on. I forget how much this set was. I think maybe 80. And it isn't an idea set. I don't know who knows and who doesn't know, but there's a website called Lego Ideas. You can go to it and sign in with if you have a regular Lego ID, like if you buy Legos from the Lego website, you can use the same username and password, and then you can vote on sets that people have submitted to become Lego sets. So it works like they need so many to make it to each step, like to the next round. I think it's like they need 500, then 1,000, and I think 10,000. And the ones that don't make that within that cycle period have to either resubmit or but they can't move on. But I think this was one of the ones I voted for to become a set, which is cool that you kind of feel like you get a say, you know what I mean, in helping sets become sets. But it's just called Lego Ideas, and anybody can go on there and vote. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I want to say that it's like every 3 or 4 months, but I could be wrong on like the length of time they get. How is everybody coming along on your Christmas shopping? Have you not started? Do you have some? Are you finished? If you're finished, you suck. I do my best every year to try to start earlier so I'm not scrambling. But again, that's another thing that requires a fine balance. Some things that I know that the kids have wanted for a while, I can definitely pick up. But there's three. There's the butterfly, which we just finished. Then there's the Hercules beetle, and then there's a Chinese mantis. So it's like 1,111 pieces in the set. I've done a little bit. Like, I haven't gotten mine, but I've got everybody else's in the house. I ordered their advent calendars, and I've gotten 2 gifts for my daughter that I've seen like at while I'm out, like lower price kind of stuff. Um, and then I got something for Crazy while I was looking for the advent calendars. I saw it, and that was how I found my daughter's other gift while I was browsing. I'd tell you what it is, but she's sometimes in here, so I can't say. And he's sometimes in here, so I can't say his gift either. Sometimes they lurk when they're busy. But I've just gotten like little things so far, nothing big. Usually around this time of year, I will try to pop in like once a day to the Amazon daily deals and just see if I can catch a sale on something I know they would like. Right? Be waiting for me to spill the beans on their gift. So I can't say. I mean, they know what their advent calendars are. They pick them. But as far as gifts go, they don't know. Oop, I did that wrong. One too far up. I made it even instead of just one off. But they pick their advent calendars, so it's not a big deal. I mean, they know what those are. But yeah, I try to pop onto like the Amazon daily deals and just browse. I don't necessarily buy anything, but sometimes stuff I know they would like pops up in there. So I might as well grab it while it's on sale. Or sometimes I find something in there that gives me an idea that I wasn't even thinking about. And I know you're in Canada, Kevin, so it may not apply to you, but or I don't know if you have Targets up there or not. But right now, Target for the rest of the year, basically anything bought after October 22nd through I think it's like a couple days into the new year, or maybe just after or just before Christmas. I have to double check the dates, but I know it's the 22nd through maybe Christmas Eve. Anything you buy at Target, if you buy it now, right, and in a month it goes on sale cheaper, if you can prove what price you paid for it, like with your app or you save the receipt, whatever, the email, they'll give you back the difference, which is cool because everything being so expensive, you have to split up your purchases. You can't wait to the last minute or always wait for the chance that it'll go on sale cheaper. So you have to buy it. Helped him buy a drum set. That's nice. Okay. This, then this, and those two. But, nope, those two aren't in there. Yeah. So, little bit of info in case anybody didn't know. Yeah, if you can prove the price you paid, and obviously you can easily prove what price it currently is, you can get the difference back at Target. Like, everything's so expensive now, right? Like, even if you were to order like on the Target website and have it shipped to you, I don't know if there's a Target Canada, so I wasn't sure if it would be, you know, information that worked for you. But if anybody else is listening, because you know, everything is just so expensive now. You have to, like, you can no longer wait to the last minute and hope that it goes on sale. You have to buy, you know, as you have the money. So they did that last year, and I took advantage of it on a couple things. Like, I bought our matching family pajamas, and then like a week later they went on sale. So I just went into the store, and I have the Target app, so it saves it saves all my purchases, even if it's like in store or online. It still saves it as long as I put in my phone number at checkout. And I just showed them, I was like, hey, they're on sale now. And I literally bought them like 3 days ago, and they weren't on sale, but it was during that period of time. And they're like, no problem. And they just gave me back the difference. I was like, you don't even need to give me cash or put it back in my credit card. You can just put it on a gift card. I'm going to spend more here anyway. Right? Like, I like that they're doing that. To me, it speaks to like being tuned in with your customers, because people can't always wait to see if it goes on sale, because then what if it sells out and you can't get it now? Right? So you have to purchase things when you can. So I like that. I like Target though. So, or Target. The Target. I didn't catch any extra pages. Because Target will do lots of sales, like getting closer to Christmas, where it's like, buy one get one on like books, games, and music, or books, games, and videos. That's what it is. Like board games, not video games. Or it'll be like buy two get one half off, stuff like that. I know I got a special ball, but I can't remember what it was called now. Dang it. Oh well. So last night in Steel Stream, there was this unidentified ghost Pokemon came up, and me, her, and someone else caught it, but the Pokemon was not the same for any of us. So it was like a different mystery ghost Pokemon for each of us that we caught. That was kind of cool. I figured it would be like the same for all of us. It was not. Yeah, I honestly figured that we would all catch the same Pokemon, but usually I try to bring up the pop out of the Pokemon game before I start my stream. That way I can keep track of like which balls I have and which ones I don't, to help me. Ooh, I caught it. Now I kind of want to know what it was. Maybe I'll pull it up on my phone and we can see which one it was. But yeah, I honestly thought we're all in the same, group. It'll just be the same. Let me do this step and then I will check my phone and see which Pokemon it was. Oop, I had it on the charge. Let's see. Let's see. It was a Weepinbell. That's not even a ghost type Pokemon. Rude. But I'll leave this up so I can see what Oh, a Cherish Ball. That's what I was thinking I got. I got it in my Poke Daily. If you haven't done your Poke Daily, let that be a reminder to you. Okay, I was like, that's not right. I didn't see the turn symbol. I just started looking at where to place these bricks. You're supposed to be able to have a chance at some point or somewhere in the game. There is a chance to catch shiny Pokemon. And my guess is that I have not caught a shiny Pokemon because I don't know how to tell one is shiny. So I'm guessing I haven't caught one. But I could have, and I just don't realize it. So I binge watch TV. Even if I'm not really watching it, I feel like the TV has to be on and producing noise during the day. Doesn't mean I'm actually actively watching it necessarily. I listen to it. But on Netflix, they have added this. It was last week or this week? Probably this week. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's a show called 6 Feet Under. It was on HBO probably in the 90s. It's about a family who owns a mortuary. And, like all the kind of weird things that come with that. But I don't know why I like this show so much, but I do. It's kind of a weird show. The actor who played Dexter is in it. Maybe that's why I like it so much. I love Dexter. turn this back around. Put that there. That there. And that there. Yeah, like I'm not necessarily always watching it, but it is always on. You're like, how can you watch that much TV in a day? Well, I don't really watch that much TV in a day, but it is definitely on. But I'll be reading or doom scrolling and it's still on. I like to listen to the Am I the Assholes? You know, people read them or they put them into AI and AI spits it out. But I like to listen to them, that way I don't actually have to read it. Or go to Reddit to read them. But some of those are like, dude, are you listening to the words that are coming out of your mouth? You must not be, because there's no way you could be saying that and still like think that you're not the A. And like the crazy family dynamics. Other side. This is like the stand leading up where the beetle will sit on top of. Let's see. There. Come on. Clip on. Am I slightly off somewhere? I think I am. Does it? guess maybe I am. But I feel like I didn't notice a space there. Oh, that's too far off. Well, maybe I put this one on too far. Ah, there we go. Now it all makes sense. Okay. I'm gonna get a couple steps worth of stuff out. That's the right one. Anybody have anything fun planned for the weekend? We'll be visiting with some relatives we don't really get to see very often. They don't necessarily live far away from us. It's just kind of in a direction we never go, like more towards the country than we are. And then next week, my daughter has her first, her first archery competition, so that'll be fun to see. She's not participating, like there's 3 different categories, I guess, that are happening at them. And it's actually so it's like a regular target, then a 3D like a deer head or whatever, and then they can participate in the junior Olympic archery thing. And she's not going to do the junior Olympic part because she's still fairly new to it, so she's not. I did bump. I put you back. Now I gotta find my mail. She's not looking to like do that part of it, so she's just gonna do the regular target and the 3D target. And she got her own bow, like she had a bow, but it was very much like a starter, try it out, because I was like, I'm not gonna spend a couple $100 on a bow and all that, and then it turns out in 2 weeks you don't even want to do this anymore. So we got kind of like it was a good starter bow, don't get me wrong, to see if she it was good to start on to test to see if she liked archery. But it was so she's a lefty she holds her bow in her left hand and pulls back with her right, where most people are the opposite. They hold with their right and pull back with their left. So she had to get a left-handed bow. So the bow that we first got her, which was like her see if you like it before we buy a real one, didn't have it was supposed to be like either hand, but when you try to shoot like she needs to, the arrow would just go off into Never Never Land most of the time. So it wasn't great, but she's on the archery in the archery club, on the archery team, whatever you want to call it, in school. She didn't have to try out or anything. Like, everybody gets to participate who wants to. So when they were signing up for clubs, that's where she signed up for it. So I don't know if you call it an archery team, an archery club, but whatever. So this is her first real time. Oh, you built one? That's cool. We just went to Cabela's or something like that and got her one. No, Bass Pro Shops. That's where we went. That's right. I don't think Cabela's exists anymore. So this one is specifically a left-handed bow, and her other one wasn't a compound bow either. It was just a simple drawstring. This one's a compound, and they have to use, like, according to the school, they can only use compound bows because of, like, regulations for the tournaments, which I completely understand. They've got to make things even across the board for all the players. So you have to use a compound bow. It's got to be, I think, really this one type of brand even, but I'm not positive on that. That may be more like the school uses this kind of brand. But the people at Bass Pro Shop said that's what they use for school, so we made sure we bought the right one. And she's having fun. She practices after school once a week, and she's loving it. And she can't do a lot of activities because of her arm, and archery is one of them that she can, so I'm all for it. So that is how we're coming along so far. Ooh, I gotta squeeze that together a little better. And then I guess it just clips on. Nope, I was gonna say I didn't hear the click. There we go. So that's kind of like the shape of the beetle. Oh, there's my mail. My mouse keeps trying to get me to go into other programs. Yeah, she said there was another tournament, bowling tournament. That's cool. I like bowling. I don't know if I could do it like competitively, but I like bowling. I'm not very good, so that's for sure. Right off the bat, I am not good, and I'm even worse now that I have to wear the brace, because I have in my brace, my ankle sits like this. I don't have any flexion. It's meant to keep it in that 90 degree, well, I guess not quite 90 degree, but just a little off. But it's meant to keep it in that position. So when I wear my brace, my shoe and the brace do the movement. My foot doesn't actually go in and out. So when I go to bowl, at a certain point, it's like my foot reaches the tip of my shoe and it forces my knee to bend, and I can't bowl. I have to granny bowl, where I just put it between my legs and push it, or I use the kid bumper thing, where you just set it down and push. Hi, Kaz. Thanks for hanging out, even if it's lurking. I appreciate any kind of watch. Okay, this. Okay. Turn it around. This in there. And then this one. Okay, I'm gonna turn it to. It's in this top part, and then off to the side. So this is how the beetle's looking so far. I'm guessing this will hold like a flower or maybe a piece of the beetle later as like support. I don't know. But yeah, I look really funky bowling. I still enjoy it, but I look really funky. Okay, so this into here. It's like a blue mushroom. That's what it reminds me of. A blue mushroom. Yeah. I have, it's called an IDEO brace. It's a custom-made carbon fiber steel brace. It goes inside my shoe and up the back of my leg. And then right below my knee, I have a piece on the front, and you click it, and it holds like your leg in place up there. And then there's elastic near where your ankle is to keep your heel and stuff back in the right spot. When we were in Virginia, I went to my doctor was at Walter Reed, and they built it for me because at this point there's nothing else they can do. So, but I have more, I don't want to say more mobility, but I can walk longer now before my legs like no, we're done. But I wear these kind of funky shoes. They're called Billy footwear. They unzip. So like they tie like a regular shoelace, but that's not really how you're meant to put them on. They tie or they unzip. And then you can just set your foot in them. They're made for people who wear AFOs, the assistant foot orthotics or whatever they're called. But that's who they're meant for. Let me see if I can use something else to help push this bar through some. There we go. So it's more centered. That looks better. But yeah, I think I have one of them over here. I have two pairs over here. But yeah, they unzip. Instead of slipping your foot in like this, you unzip the shoe, open this, and then you step into it, and then zip it up. And that way I don't have to try to force my brace, in through a shoe like normal. Some people do it and they swear it's easy, but I could not ever get the hang of it. I spent more time forcing the shoe on than going. Plus, a lot of the shoes they recommend that work with those, like work with the brace, I can't wear because I have flat feet. So they recommend a lot of running shoes, but I can't wear running shoes because I have flat feet. And they all have an arch in them. And not one that you can just like reach in and take out with the insert. A lot of times it's like that's the way the shoe is like molded. So I found these in a group on Facebook, and I've been just wearing those, getting different pairs. Come on, there's another one of you. I know it's one of these. Ah, there we go. I was gonna say, I know it's one of these deals where it's literally hiding in front of my face. So now we're building the actual beetle. Excuse me. A bird dude. This is my fancy cup for today. I got it last year for Christmas. It's kind of like, reminds me of kind of like stained glass or whatever. Something like that. This. Back over on the end. Yeah, you probably couldn't put like hot coffee in it. I don't know if you can that one because I mean it's a straw. I don't know you'd want to suck coffee up a straw. But iced coffee, or I usually just put juice in it. Or like sometimes at Starbucks I'll get like the green tea drink and I'll put that in there. I've never tried to put hot drinks in it or thought about putting a hot drink in it. Hi Trell, how are you doing? I will give you a shout out in just a second when I make sure I got all these pieces. Or I will lose my place on finding them. There, and this piece, okay. Oh, you haven't? I'll still give you a shout out. There we go. How are you doing today, Trell? Currently working on a Hercules beetle. We built a Morpheus blue butterfly earlier. Ooh, strep. Ugh. I'm gonna need you. No cooties. I get strep enough all by myself. I would pronounce that, but it would be wrong. I think I have a feather ball. I probably had one at one time, but doesn't look like I have one anymore. Do I have a light ball? No. Great ball it is. Pokey catch. Well, that sucks that everyone in your house is sick. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad that you've managed to not get it. Strep sucks. Do you know there are like 11 different kinds of strep throat? And that one of them is actually the base for scarlet fever. I know that because when our youngest was like young, I think he was less than 2, he didn't feel well. You do the standard things. You give him Tylenol, try to treat the cold at home. Then finally, we're like, okay, it's not getting better. He's had a fever, you know, for a couple days. It's time to take him in, see what they tell us. Turned out he had scarlet fever. Yeah, it will help you get less. I have the opposite. I'm a strep carrier. If I could feel completely fine and they could test me and I would still come up positive. And they told me it wouldn't matter if they took my tonsils out or not. I would still get it over and over and over. In fact, when they look, most doctors think I don't have my tonsils because they've shriveled up super tiny, but it's not. They said it's something like it's in the lining of my throat. It's not actually because of my tonsils. I just always have it. I can't give it to anybody. Like, if we're standing next to each other or we share a drink or whatever, you're not going to all of a sudden get strep throat. I can't give it to anybody, but I always have it. It's just not always active. But on the downside, it does allow me to catch literally every bug that circulates. I found out, I don't know, in my preteen years, I had strep throat and went to the doctor. Yep, she probably has it too. She's probably a strep carrier too, or she's just really unlucky. But that's basically what happened. I was sick. My mom took me to the doctor. They said I had strep throat, gave me medicine, and then it mutated to a different one and a different one and a different one. And I think I had like 5 or 6 versions. And they're like, that's it. We're sending you to the ENT. And they're like, because we think you're going to have your tonsils removed. And I went to the ENT, and they're like, it wouldn't matter if we remove them or not. You would still get it. You are a strep carrier. And now every time I get sick, I have to explain it about 30 times to the doctor that you can do a rapid test, but it's gonna show that I have it. And they're like, how do you know? I'm like, because I'm a strep carrier. It's always gonna pop positive. You have to culture it to see if it grows or if it just dies in the dish. Because if it is not active, it won't grow in the petri dish. It'll die like any other virus as soon as it leaves my, like instead of growing, it'll die in the petri dish. It's weird. It's something like 1% of the population has it. And they have no idea what causes one person to have it versus another person not have it. Because nobody else in my family has it. Like, I have a biological brother and then at least 2 half-sisters that I know of. My mom is pretty sure my dad got loosey-goosey with a lot of people, though. But none of my half-siblings have it. My brother doesn't have it. So they have no idea what causes one person to have it and not another. Which I was thoroughly surprised I did not catch COVID like a billion times. stop pushing the other one. It's a nasty bug, and sometimes it literally hangs around. It can turn into bronchitis. Like I said, it's the starter base for scarlet. One of the versions is a starter base for scarlet fever. Um, it's also a starter base for another virus that can go down and attack your heart. It's just a nasty bug. Did I get that right? Yes. Oh, did that wrong. Okay, it says ads starting like now. Yeah, my mom said my dad got around. He swore up and down that he only had four kids: me, my biological brother, and my two half sisters. But uh, on his visitation time, there were sometimes this lady that he would go to her house, and I know that sounds torrid, but like, we'd go and have to spend time with her kids or her daughter, and her daughter was so my dad is Puerto Rican and he is dark. My brother is dark compared to me. And she was like a halfway point, but looked exactly like my brother, just in a girl version. And my dad wrote, "No, she's not your sister. She's not your sister." We're like, okay, sure. I totally believe that. She only looks exactly like us. Okay. Yeah, I was like, oh, you can say it all day long that she's not our sister, but she looks just like us, so. My friend, it's a hard sell. Yeah. I mean, my half sisters that we knew for sure were our half sisters, they didn't look like this. Their mom was blonde haired and blue eyed. And those little girls looked just like their mom. They didn't look anything like my dad. But there were other kids that, would there'd be some big event and like they'd be all his friends, and I'm like, some of these kids seriously look just like us. And like the older I got, I was like, man, he is not even a halfway decent guy. How do you get all these women to willingly let you sleep with them? I guess that's the big curve on the top of the beetle's shell nose pincher thing. Okay. This. Yeah, my dad paid like $50 a month to my mom for me and my brother. And even then, I don't know what $50 bought because it was nothing. Like, even in the 90s, $50 for two kids was nothing. Uh, and he was constantly going to court to try to have to pay less. And he would fight for custody, but then when we were with him, spending time with him, he didn't really want anything to do with us. It was like he wanted it just to mess with my mom. Like, I get it. You're tired after a long work week or whatever, and you're not interested really in going out and doing things. But he would just be like, okay, you're here. And he would like plop down in front of the TV like every weekend. And any trips we went on, he didn't even pay for. He had a friend who would always pay for stuff. And honestly, I don't know why that man stayed friends with him because he was just like an ATM to my dad. Right. My grandparents helped a ton. So this is where we're at right now with the beetle. My hand for reference. It's pretty big. But this is like that front half of the beetle. No, you're not derailing. I can build and talk about it. But yeah, my mom, she would get mad at my dad and all this stuff. When I was 16, I finally asked my mom to contact the caseworker and to set up a court date so that I didn't have to go anymore. Because, I can't just stop going, or he can call the cops on my mom for refusing to make me go. So we set up a court date and we went to court so that I could talk with the judge about not going anymore. And he tried to make him let himself like the best dad on the planet. So the judge would ask him, what are some things you do with the kids on your time? And he'd spout off about going here. I've taken them to this place and to this place and to this place. And then the judge would be like, is that true? And I would be like, well, I mean, I guess it's technically true in the fact that sense that he was there, but he didn't plan it and he didn't pay for it and he didn't do anything with us while we were there. So, yes, I guess technically he took us there. I mean, we didn't go in his car and we didn't stay at his house on those nights. We stayed at his friend's house because he doesn't have space for us in his house, just for my half sisters who live there. So I was like, I mean, I guess technically he took us there and he did those things with us. And then the judge would give him a look and then she'd ask about something else and he'd be like, I tried to teach her to drive. And I was like, yes, tell the judge how you taught me to drive. I don't even have my permit. Like, I legally cannot drive a car. You just told the judge you committed a crime. Oh, Danny, I love Starbucks. A peppermint mocha. Yeah. So at 16, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And what the judge uh ultimately told, like, her ultimate decision to the custody agreement, at least for me, my brother was younger, so he had to keep going. Plus, he hadn't asked to be heard at the trial, at that particular time. Was that he had to call and ask if I had something on, because I was in marching band and he would complain that he'd have to bring me to marching band practice, that it was interfering on his time. Like, he was trying to do something with us and me being in that was stopping him. But the truth was, he just didn't want to drive me to practice. And it's not like he would drive us anyway. His friend would drive us, like where we needed to go. He would pick us up. He would drop us off. It was hardly ever my dad. And so the judge was like, you have to call when you want to see her and see if she has anything going. If she says no, then you can ask to see her. If she does have something going on, then too bad. And he limited it down to only like 4 hours a month at that. And he called once, and I was like, no, I have a competition this weekend. I can't go. And he was like, I don't know why I waste my time. And he never called again until I got pregnant with my oldest. And then he showed up to the hospital. Yeah, he showed up to the hospital acting like he was the number one dad and he couldn't wait to meet his grandson. But my father is unfortunately stereotypical Puerto Rican and only cares about male children. Too bad. As far as he claims, he only had one male and he doesn't even like him. Yeah, it was like, I don't know why he bothered claiming us. He didn't want to spend time with us. Am I holding this right? Yeah. So, I never really saw him again after that court hearing. My brother had to keep going, but he would just like things didn't bother him the way they bothered me, so he would just be like, whatever, and ignore him. Okay, well, I'm not exactly sure how these legs should go on there, but like angle wise, but those are the leggies. Try to get it to focus. We're just gonna leave him upside down. But yeah, I am familiar with shitty fathers. That kind of stuff, though, is probably why I'm always looking for stuff to do with my kids. You know, like taking them places and experiencing things. It's probably why I'm so avid about going out and doing things. Okay, this and this. Sorry, I brought the whole channel down with my dysfunctional youth. So we got some more legs. And these are gonna go. Oh, I did. I twisted it. There we go. You gotta do a little shimmy of other pieces to get these in there, though, because this is kind of at the same place, so you have to like scooch it down. Okay, now looks like forward a little bit and out a little bit. Okay. Now we're gonna attach it, and then I can mess with the legs some more to kind of get them correct. He feels, oh, that's why, because that piece is, so they have these back legs kind of like that, and then these kind of back and turned, and then these up like he's trying to eat this blue mushroomy thing. There's still some, we gotta do his wings yet. I don't know what's with my camera. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna just dump these out here in front because they're just a bunch of super tiny ones. And I'll spend more time digging if I leave them in the bucket. Okay, doesn't say make 2. Ooh, we have kind of those pieces, they're kind of see-through-ish. They're not quite solid color, kind of just more tinted. You know, I probably didn't say thank you for the drink, Danny. I probably answered in my head and then didn't say it out loud. One of these. 2 of these. Ooh, this took longer than I thought it would. So I'm going to have to stop soon and get off because I now have to wait in the regular pickup line. So if you don't get there early-ish, you have to wait forever to pick up your child. Okay. I'll do this and then we'll stop, and I guess next week, because Sunday is Hogwarts Legacy, so I guess Tuesday we will pick up on this. So I will put these little pieces back in this bucket so I don't lose them. I don't know who's on. Does anybody, oh, you're back! We're just about to get off because I gotta go for the pickup line soon. Let's see who else is on. We didn't quite finish. We got like 1 3/4 done. We finished the butterfly, but not the beetle, the Hercules beetle. Let's see. The local brick shop, Zach, Rutledge, and RC Spaceport. Unless somebody else... I know, he was on a little bit and then he had to go to a meeting. Now he's just barely got back. RC Spaceport just got on, so he's probably okay to get on. Unless somebody else has a recommendation to go into. Let's see. Oh, or Pick Stitch is on with a birthday stream. Let's go into there. See how long they've been on. And I'll put this piece in there in that bucket. Let's see. Oh, come on. Just tell me how long they've been on. Let's do... Nope. Don't need the shift button. But yes, Sunday will be the long Hogwarts stream as always. Pajama time if you would like to participate. And then Tuesday we'll pick up on this. Make sure I spell his name right. Pick. And then Stitch. Oh, I did it right. I'm always amazed that I spell it right. But yes, thank you for hanging out with me today. And sorry we brought the stream a little bit down. But such is life. I will move this stuff off to the side and leave these here for Tuesday. But here's our finished butterfly. And then this is what we did on the Hercules beetle so far. And then we'll have the Chinese mantis to do on Tuesday. Thank you for hanging out and watching and chatting and all the other things you guys do. I love coming on and talking with you guys. Stream ending. Be sure that your notifications are on so you get notified when I go live. And have a good weekend. And hopefully I'll see you Sunday.